Hello everyone. We made it.
We got it going.
Yes, it took some time. Good morning. Hello. Please thumbs up if you can hear us and see us. Yes, I do want to bring Johanna Guevara Smiley on this video. Healer Speak is in Brooklyn for morning tea at Dropping Seeds with my good friend Johanna and my brother Siron. He's
in the background.
He's in the background helping for this beautiful morning ritual. And I want to share with you guys before we start that is a beautiful altar. And we have tea, we have herbal blends, we have our fire and our sage, and in a beautiful magical herbal studio. So hello Johanna.
Hello. Thank you for coming to Brooklyn from the land of Queens.
Yes. Thank you so much for welcoming me to your home. We have been talking about doing this for a while.
Yep.
And finally we made it. And the reason I want to say to everybody, the reason I'm here is because you're so inspiring.
Okay.
In so many ways, as an artist, as a woman, as a sister, as a mother, as a wife, and as an entrepreneur. So we cover everything. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Colombia. I came when I was 8, and I have been in New York City my whole life. And my love has always been art in the sense of like symbols and colors and shapes, the cameras, websites, logos. That's always been my love. And in the last 10 years, I got into sacred plant medicine. And that then took my understanding of colors and shapes and symbols to another level. And I think that's when plant medicine really got deep into me, and I needed to express it somehow. And Dropping Seeds ended up being that expression.
Yes, and the Dropping Seeds is your baby business. It's your creation with you and Simone. And tell us a little bit about what you do.
So what we have is 12 different herbal blends, and they all help within your day to handle your day, be it the morning, the night, the evening. There's different circumstances throughout the day that you would need either a tea or a smoke, even a bath. We also promote vaping. And what we recognize is that plants have consciousness and they want to work with us. And in working with us, there's certain plants that we need throughout. And for example, in the morning, something like yerba mate, which is what we're drinking in our focus blend right now, works with lifting up the energy. But then at the end of the day, you might want to do a bath with moon to calm the energy and go to sleep, or do a meditation. So the herbs are to assist us throughout the things that we need as humans in this dimension.
How amazing it is that you can do a bath with a blend, and at the same time you can roll an herbal smoke, and you can inhale, and you feel this very calming. Like I have tried the moon, and it's really good.
For me, the moon, I can only use it when I'm on my moon. Because if I use it when I'm just on my regular human body, it puts me too into myself. Meaning, if I'm meditating, it's great. But if I gotta take the kids to school, or I have to finish a project, or I have to deliver some product, moon is not where I want to be at. But when I have my moon, that's all I have. Is a tea format. I smoke it a lot. It definitely helps with, I think, the energies that happen when a woman is menstruating. And it's just really assist in just kind of the other dimensions that we have to be in when we're in that space.
And thank you for saying that, because it reminds me when you share a little bit about your inspiration. And the inspiration is really that plants are powerful. And you want to tell us a little bit about what from the outside world, all this all this medical issues and people using and abusing, like versus the natural ways.
Well, all medicine comes from plants. Somewhere along the line, the Western medical world separated from, you can say, the soul. because it considers now a plant just a product, and you can take out a compound and combine it with something else, and now you have a pill, and it's really a Frankenstein pill because you don't have the soul. You took out the soul. You just figured, oh, I just need this little section. While when you actually use the whole plant, the plant's actually going to interact with you. So let's say you have lavender and I have lavender. It's going to treat us very differently because you're living a different life than I'm living right now. But if we took the same pill, it would treat us exactly the same and not take into consideration what you're going through or what I'm going through. So that's why these blends, when people use them, they're surprised, and sometimes it even shocks us how well it interacts. When you're saying, okay, I want to calm down and I take this blend, it really helps with wherever you're at that point. But if I took a pill, it might calm me down too much or not enough, and then gives me some other symptoms that I then have to deal with another pill.
The side effects, yes.
So that's where current Western medicine is kind of getting lost, that they don't realize there's a soul that we're working here. It's not just some powder in a pill.
Yes, so Joanna is saying that plants have consciousness, and the consciousness of the plant works with our consciousness, and also the intention of taking the plant, the whatever that might be, tobacco or any other plant, hemp or any other plant, the teas, and then you choose to focus your day, or the focus of your day, what you want it to be. The other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is, the variety or all the functions, the capacities. Like, I know you're very creative, and as an entrepreneur, I have seen the last 8 years so many people coming to me, creating, self-creating. What other things you do in a world of business to be able to be grounded?
Oh man, I mean, the groundedness definitely comes through being a parent. Because I think if I wasn't a parent, the plants would definitely have taken me traveling and never landing and just
never landing.
Yeah, never landing and just flying with the plants, which yes, I think everybody deserves that phase in their life to be able to be that free. But eventually you need to put some roots, be it with a family, be it with a project, be it with an intention. There's only so long you can fly. So for me and my husband, I would say our children definitely made us like, okay, what are you going to do with your life? How are you going to do it? What is the world that you're going to leave to your children afterwards? I think you also went to Alonso in Peru. And that's what we took away the most. Because before we went to Peru, we had our careers, be it music or graphic design. And then when we came back from Peru, we still loved our skills, but didn't want to keep using our skills for something that was not useful for our children. So that's where we kind of redirected all our abilities, from marketing to sales to branding to managing customer service, all these things we've been learning for like 15 plus years, to use it into something that is beneficial not only to us but also to the future, where our kids could be like, oh, thanks mom. Not so much like, mom, why didn't you fix that back then?
Right. And both of your children are medicine babies, and I remember when they were in the belly and we were praying and dancing together. It's so touching. It is such a gift for the next generation, and it is what we are saying, their responsibility. There is responsibility to change this world for them, and to teach them the basics, which you're doing.
It took a while to understand what we were doing in terms of medicine and plants and what it all encompassed. But one thing that it was actually Saron that made me recognize, he's like, you're Colombian, this is from your heritage. And it was such a shock because you come to this country and you erase where you're from and you figured, plants is something from over there. But it's like, no, it's in all our cultures, be it whatever color you come from. And to think of something like sacred plants from the Amazon jungle, or sacred plants from the top of a mountain, or even by the
herbs, everything.
Exactly, we all come from that. So it was making that connection of like, we're all earth people and we have to work with the plants. If it wasn't for the plants, we wouldn't even be here. Be it humans or animals or any type of insects, because that's who takes care of
the chain.
So they came first and then we came. and they're still here. They're still taking care of us for sure.
Absolutely. And then it is also helping us to, the tea and coffee and all the plants that are giving energy are like a multi-gazillion industries at this time, and the importance of it being treated in a fair way, the herbs and the plants and the teas and everything, and also in the way that you work in this world, the way that you do your business, your websites, your logos, to be grounded in an establishment in third dimension. Yes. How has it been for you to be an entrepreneur and a mom and all these things that you are?
Tiring. I think the tiring part is this is how you have to balance or rebalance, and it's always a rebalance, especially with children the age that my kids are at. They're really young, so the way that they change is every 3 months they're taller, every 3 months they got more words, every 3 months they got more questions. So to be able to create my own schedule and create my own kind of world has allowed me to be a mom even more, and really actually even show them more of what it means to be on this planet. Because it's an interesting paradigm to be able to say to your child, okay, go to school and go learn all these things that eventually I don't want you to follow.
Go learn so you can unlearn.
Exactly. So I feel like the life that I live is this unlearning, even though I still have to live in the matrix, and my children still have to go to school, and my children will have to take these tests, but I can reframe it and be like, well, you can take the test, but it doesn't mean that you're bad or good. You can, who knows what GEDs and college education and master's degree are going to be in like 15 years. If right now they're being kind of looked at more like debt than actual benefit, imagine what in 15 years what college degrees are going to be. Now you have YouTube, you have Google, you can self-teach so well, as long as you have the intention to self-teach yourself, whatever it may be. So yeah, it's a moving how do you call it,
process.
Yeah, it's always a moving process, especially with kids.
Yes, and they're such teachers, and being in an environment like this with the beautiful plants and herbs, with both parents being on the same page and doing ritual, because our daily life is a ritual. Yes. and eating and drinking the right things is just really, really important.
Yes.
So thank you for mentioning that. I think it would be a great time to pull out a card and see what it is our message for today. And I did get 3.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
I got a few things.
Death, which is transformation, and also we're in the month of the ancestors.
Yes.
The month of the ancestors. We got the sun. About illumination, masculine energy, brightness, insights. Is a very beautiful, and it's also healing, right? And actually they keep growing. I have more. Yeah. We have a knight, and we have the, you see, this is the one. The Queen of Wands is an entrepreneur woman.
With a big stick.
So, she's great and nice, but don't make her upset. That's for, I think most powerful women. How do you feel that your path empowered you as a woman in your lineage?
Wow, that's a big story, but I would say for a very long time here in America, you were told to be a certain way, and that certain way did not promote the feminine in any way. Anything that had to do with the feminine, I would always look at as a negative. So I'd be very forward and very masculine, very go-getter. Then when plant medicine came along, plants started showing me all these benefits of the feminine energy. And then the benefits after that was the children. And then having children was even a larger explosion of the power of the feminine energy that is always looked upon. If it's not looked upon as negative, it's looked upon as weak. And having children, especially having Mars and Joy at home, was such an empowerment of what it means to have this vessel and what it means to make life and what it means to even raise life. Like, it always boggles my mind that in America, women don't get enough, or families don't get enough help. You're raising the future of the country. While it's actually the opposite here in America. If you have children, it's like you're actually, your career takes a hit, your personal life takes a hit, your everything is just like trying to survive day by day, because it's just the system is not there to promote families. So this path has shown me, especially when we've gone to a lot of prayer circles, moon dance circles, it's shown me how reverse and backwards and detrimental to humanity to continue in this way, where women and families and fathers and children are not valued for what they are. They're not factory workers. They're not just a social security number. They're not just individuals that don't mean anything. They're the future of humanity. If we don't help that, then we're not helping humanity.
This is so profound, and also I want us down to how magical the story was when she shared how you chose home birth. Mm-hmm. And for me, as a woman in this time, to choose to own your body is a revolutionary act. Mm-hmm. Is a statement. You're saying, my body is mine and I'm deciding. Mm-hmm. Yes, there is a risk, but there is a risk for everything. Yep. And so you and your husband and your family decided to walk this way. Mm-hmm. And also not only to walk this way, but to assist others with the blends and the herbs. And I am seeing right now tell us a little bit about the elixir. Oh my God, it's aphrodisiac. I think I have to take one with me.
So this are basically the same herbs. However, what we do is we put them in vegetable glycerin. And the reason why we went in that direction is that a lot of people have vape pens that only liquids go in, not dry herbs. So this would be for vaporizers that only have liquid in it. But it's the same exact
it's the same exact blend. But this one you vaporize, you don't take in any other form. You don't.
Oh, you can vape it, but because it's in vegetable glycerin, you can also use it for mixology. So we have been working with a lot of different liquor companies and making different beverage programs where you have these, you can call them, I guess, herbal cocktails. And this would be used for an herbal cocktail. So you can use it as a vape, you can use it as a, I guess, cocktail or even mocktail. You don't need to put alcohol in it. Yeah. And then you can also just taste it. So it also could work in tincture format. You can
this one is his.
This is his.
That is very, very
cool. So it's
cool.
basically, we have the his and the hers, and they're both kava based. And kava is a plant from the Polynesian Islands, and it's always used during wedding ceremonies or graduating ceremonies. It's a heart opener. So it's like for celebration and stuff. The other plants in his are more for like the masculine energy. You have like cloves, bachelor's button. While for hers is the feminine energy, which is like jasmine and hibiscus, and it just promotes that, the yin energy.
Feminine and sweetness. This is so beautiful.
So that's why we call them aphrodisiacs, or love him, love her.
I need a box. The question is, do you mail? Do you post? How do you do the work? Like, how do people can buy online? Or?
Yeah, I mean, all our conversations are pretty much online. People can go to the site, they can purchase. We're constantly making new batches, small batches, and yeah, people could order now.
That's great. So we will put that website under this conversation. Thank you so much. Hi, Luke. People from Central Europe, people from Greece, people from New York. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Would you like to share something with the world, with our audience? Anything that you would like to, not only an advice, but what would you like to share with our audience?
That everything has a larger purpose. That sometimes things might look negative or dark, especially now in the Western Hemisphere. This is when the Northern Hemisphere. I'm sorry. This is when we are kind of going into the fall, into winter. I personally always have a hard time. As beautiful as fall is, fall also has kind of a darkness to it that we haven't been taught how to work with that. But I think now more and more people are understanding how to work with the shadow or work with this like going inward energy. It's necessary. It's part of the cycle of life. And the more we learn about it, the more in the spring we'll be able to come back and do everything that we want to do and manifest to our most potential. We need this going inward time, so we'll get through it.
Yes, and enjoy it. And also, let's use the tools that we have. Let's be with people that we love. Let's connect and use the tools so we feel empowered and not disempowered.
No, for sure. I feel like this information, our medicines, our rituals, our myths, they were lost. They were completely destroyed. They were also put into hiding. And now they're coming back from every direction, be it from India, Africa, all the Americas. Like, they're all coming back. And yes, we need to utilize these tools, from meditation to tarot to breath work to everything, because that's why it's here. And that's why I think so many people, it's like, everybody wants to be a healer now, but it's not even a choice anymore. It's almost like survival. Like, if we don't figure out how to heal, if we don't figure out how to evolve, we're somewhat doomed. So it might, at one end, you have somebody like Sephora's coming out with a witch's package and teaching people how to smudge and use stones.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, Sephora's, all these like kind of, I read this marketing article that said 2018 is the year of the witch. And it's like, okay, that's the matrix. They're always going to eat it and try to spit it back out somehow. But the reality is, yes, we all need healing. We all learning how to heal. All this healing information is coming back, and it's really going to be directed to the earth very soon, where we're all going to have to heal the earth. We're all going to have to go back to her, the one that's been healing us, with all her food, with all her plants, with all her materials. We're going to have to go back to her and heal her. So yeah, it's a larger story.
Thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful ritual.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you. I love you. We love you, and we will see you soon. Yay. Thank you.